This is
a new territory for you.
I'm very bad on camera. I don't know.
It's okay, just pretend there's no camera.
Well, so what?
There's no lighting set up all in front of us with everything there. Hey guys, welcome back to Over Easy episode 8. 8's a lucky number. You're on a good episode.
It is?
Well, like, in Chinese,
You're right, it is, yeah. That's
so
good news.
yeah. Okay. Well, if you are watching the video or listening at all, you will notice I am with another person yet again.
Hello, everybody. My name is Peter.
I guess we could just go straight into your introduction. Who are you? What do you do?
Sure. I feel like the stock answer is I say my year and major.
That's what everyone does at like UBC orientation.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to my 4th year studying international economics at UBC. Spent the past year on co-op, which was a pretty fun time. I don't know. What else should I say about myself?
What do you do outside of school and stuff? Hobbies?
I do outside of school. I'm trying to get into plant collection. I want to be a plant dad. I don't know. I like collecting really weird things. I have a sizable tea collection. Play a lot of Tetris.
Yep. Do you still play Heyday?
All the time.
Wait, really?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
It's a comfort game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You maintain your little farm. It's like very reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Way to kill the time.
Do you still play Nonogram?
I do too.
Oh my gosh.
I think sometimes I find myself giving up though. It's like when you get those big 30 by 30 boards.
Oh, okay. I don't play that.
I don't feel like doing that. Yeah.
I think my max is 15 by 15.
Yeah, that's like the standard size. Yeah. That's good.
Oh.
Think about it. Yeah, this is basically how I kill my time now.
Okay. Very good introduction. Thank you.
I feel like the wall behind me is so bland.
It would look great with some paintings or something eventually.
It would.
Or like a tapestry.
You know what I really want? This is what I commissioned my niece to do. Like a 3-panel thing.
Yeah.
Something that like connects and flows across.
But it's like separated because of the
it's
panels.
like very abstract.
I'm apparently a faker with my own podcast because I forgot we're supposed to do a rosebud and thorn with every episode, of course. So rose is something that's good that's happened to you this week. Thorn is something maybe not so good. And bud is something you're looking forward to. So we can alternate. And we'll start with... Okay. We'll start with our rose, I guess. My rose is we had a very yummy dinner. I feel like my roses are always about food. My last week's rose was also about food, which is not good. But over the pandemic, UBC has opened so many restaurants. And because I don't live on campus and I haven't been here in a while, I haven't actually gotten to try a lot of them. But we got to try Kokoro, and it was very good. It was like udon.
Yeah, like
10 out of 10.
nazi soba.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It was very yummy.
Do I go with my rose?
Yes.
Something good happened to me this weekend. I guess it wasn't like a specific incident, but I'm really getting back into journaling. I think like for a while I like gave up because it was like too much work. But then I realized it was really not that much work, right? You just write a little bit about your day. I feel like I'm getting back into the habit. It's really nice.
That's good. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm such an advocate for journaling.
I
I love journaling.
Me too.
Do you journal at the end of the day?
Yes. I have like a little calendar reminder.
Very nice. Wow.
Consistency.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, next up is my bud. And my bud is, now that I'm back on campus right now, I'm really excited for school to start next year. And I've always been one to be very excited about school starting, so it's not like out of the ordinary, but after such a long year and just like being back on campus right now, because this weather, I guess maybe not the temperature, but when it's sunny and all that is my favorite like campus weather. I think it's like the most beautiful. So I'm very excited for school to start in September.
Yeah, no, same. Kind of feels like a cop-out to copy the same bug. I think something a bit more trivial I'd say is like I bought a bunch of candles.
Ooh.
I really like I feel like IKEA candles are nice because they have really nice like fruity flavors.
Oh yeah, I've smelled them all
Like
before.
apple, the raspberry ones, the peaches. So I bought a bunch and they're only like $2 each. So
Very nice.
I guess that's something I'm excited about.
Burning all of them?
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice. Okay, and my thorn is that it's going to be another hot weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to go to the beach tomorrow, so I don't know how that's gonna go.
Oh no, which beach?
I want to go to Spanish Banks.
I'm not sure where that is. Like, how's the heat over there on
I
like
don't
bad days?
know. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
It has like a lot of trees, so I think it won't be terrible, but
Yeah, I hope not.
we'll see.
Sounds pretty bad to go on this weekend.
I don't know, but I really like Jerry and I made plans.
Yeah,
so
no,
like,
that's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
I feel like I've been sort of just weathering this heat by staying indoors, and like every time the sun is out, I'll go outside when it's like, the sun's down.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't seem like I can avoid it because it's just everywhere
It's
now.
all the time. Yeah. But you don't stay up that late anymore, do you? I remember before you were like
12, 1 sometimes, Yeah.
Do you go around campus at night?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Go for a nice walk around campus. I think my goal is like, I don't want to graduate without having seen like literally every building.
That's a good
I
goal.
feel like I'd be somewhat regretful, right?
Yeah.
So every night I just want to, oh wow, look at this building, or look at this path, look at this road I've never been to. I'm just gonna cover everything.
Yeah. That's a good goal. Wait, I wanna do something like that.
Yeah, right.
Because I feel like I've missed out on so much.
Yeah, why
and
not?
going into 4th year is like very crazy.
I agree. What's a thorn for me? Oh shoot, I just thought of a really good one.
Okay, just share it.
Season 8 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is coming
Oh
out.
wait, really?
It is. Shoot, today's Thursday. Tonight. Like, what time is it? In 20 minutes.
Oh.
Or I'm not sure. Maybe that was Eastern time, so like 2 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
But that's basically what I'm going to
Dude,
do.
I re-subscribe to Netflix every time there's a new
my
season.
goodness.
I don't even have Netflix all the time. It's just for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's probably worth it at the end of the day. I'm so excited because I'm already super disappointed it's the last season.
Is it?
Only 10 episodes. I heard they already cut like 4 episodes. So it was originally supposed to be much longer. But in light of the protests, like the BLM protests last year in June, they thought it was, understandably a little bit inappropriate. 10 episodes of something, I guess, is better than nothing. Yeah. Okay. Back to Thorns, though. I mean, I definitely agree. The heat waves here is terrible. I have a decent fan that's been like, working overtime for me and, trying to keep me alive over here. But I'd generally say I think the inconveniences have been like really minor. Like maybe the worst thing that's happened to me this week is like my sink is kind of plugging up sometimes. And this is completely my fault. I made like the super rookie mistake of like pouring coffee grounds down the sink.
Oh,
and that clogs.
No.
So I spent a long time like a few days ago like unclogging that, and it was not fun.
Do you not have like a carburetor?
I do have a carburetor, but the coffee grounds are so fine, right? It's still like mushes up and
I
clogs.
see. You should try that thing on TikTok. Have you seen where they put like
Like
ice
baking soda
cubes
and vinegar?
or baking soda and vinegar?
Yeah, I think I'll try that afterwards.
I saw someone put
Clean
lemon
it up.
peels or like
Lemon peels.
a whole lemon in there.
You have lemons in the fridge.
You should
Maybe we'll
try
try
it,
that,
and then
yeah.
you'll go viral on TikTok.
No, I couldn't.
Very nice. I like your check-in.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, but
glad to
moving
check in.
on. Good. Well, I think it's very important to check in. Even if it's like the mundane stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to like just make sure you're okay.
Yeah, at the very least, like check in with yourself.
Yeah.
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes you'll just feel generally really bad, but then if you really think about it, and think about the things you did and what happened, sometimes it's a lot brighter than you thought it was.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to get in the habit. But okay, we're gonna move on. Peter found this game online, which is called We're Not Really Strangers, and we're gonna play a few rounds just to break the ice. I don't know. We're friends
Sure,
already,
yeah.
so like see how well our friendship has developed over the last 4 years.
In worst case scenario, this is just filling in the gaps.
True. Exactly. I don't know. I feel like I've learned that I don't know a lot about people because like a lot of conversations tend to be just about like what happened that week.
Absolutely agree. Like if you gave me a quiz of like my friend's favorite colors, I would absolutely fail. Like, or I would at least struggle very hard. I don't have to just guess based off of like intuition, right? These things don't come up in conversation.
Exactly. And like because we're students, it's like so normal to talk about, oh my god, my midterm, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Wow, look at this professor.
Yeah, like there's a lot of I think
Very
things
superficial.
that make you a human that we don't talk about a lot.
I agree.
Wow. Nice.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll ask a question first.
Okay.
Do you think I'm usually early, on time, or late to events? Explain.
I'm feeling generally pretty confident on this. I feel like you're generally pretty early or on time. Manny's just like a super punctual person. Really has her stuff together.
It's actually one of my biggest pet peeves when people aren't punctual.
I can relate. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I take it too personally, but in my opinion, I think when people are late to things, they like don't show that they care. Like that's I guess one of my metrics of someone caring
No, I
about
understand,
an
yeah.
event or something like that. It's like if you're on time to it.
Yeah. Especially if there's no like reasonable excuse for not having been early.
Yeah, right. Like if you're like in traffic or something like that, like
Yeah.
it's totally fine. But like if
You
you're
just spent like 15 minutes extra on TikTok. Well, shoot. That's kind of your fault.
yeah, I think it's kind of like really disrespectful when people aren't on time to things. But nice, good job.
I feel like this one's too easy. Do you think plants thrive or die in my care? Explain.
As someone who is expanding his plant collection, I hope that they thrive in your
I
care.
hope so too.
As I look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants right here, they look pretty healthy,
Oh, thank you.
luscious and green.
Yeah. Well, there are 3 cacti. So deeply disappointing.
Dude. I've killed cacti.
No. Overwatering?
No.
That's even more impressive somehow. No judgment. But
Yeah,
that's all right.
but yeah.
No worries with that. But I don't know. I've always had like a super big yard, so it's always something like a bonding thing with my dad. We have like a little like a vegetable garden at home too, like a lot of fruit trees, and like a large lawn. So that was always something we'd do together.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so wholesome. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I admire people who have lots of plants, and I think it makes like space look really nice.
I agree. Yeah. Really, nice pop of color.
Yeah.
Good contrast to this greige that is like the common color for all apartments nowadays.
Are you allowed to paint the walls in your place?
Yeah, totally.
Oh wait, yeah, because you own this.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered because it's so expensive and time consuming. I don't know. I would not personally do that.
Yeah.
I think I'm comfortable with this color for now.
The greige.
I feel like I get in the habit of like getting super into things and then losing interest. So for a while I was super into like, oh, what color should I paint it? But no, it's not worth it.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Ooh, okay.
What was your first impression of me? Since I shared my first memory of you.
That's a good question. I think the first impression was like not in person because I don't think that counts, does it? Just like for in-person impression,
I guess.
I guess. Trying to think back when this was then.
We were like in a group chat for the longest time.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. What was the first time we actually like met face to face? It was probably at some sort of like for photos. Was it like a staff meeting or?
I don't know. I don't think I ever went until the actual conference.
Okay, well, I think my general impressions. I think Manny always came off as like a super cheerful person, which strong energy in the room. And I think like even after that, just very like well put together. I think you knew what you want, and that's a good thing. Right?
It's all a front.
I don't believe it.
Some of it is at least.
Really? In what ways? Like, do you not feel like you're well put together?
Okay, yeah.
Well, I guess the overarching word I'm trying to say is like confident. And if you don't feel that way, I'll at least make it clear that like you seem very confident.
I think when I met you was like when I started being more confident in myself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like the up lower university years and like right out of high school, I think.
That's good. Yeah.
Started glowing up.
Do you think I fall in love easily? Why or why not? It's kind of a deep question.
That is a deep question.
I'm not offended either way, but just go for it. Provide some sort of reasonable explanation.
I'm calculating all the research I've gathered in the last 3 years.
Yes. Synthesize.
Yeah, analyzing
Yeah,
correlations. Yeah, journal articles.
Some regression. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, this is what I imagine. I think you have like a really big wall. Like okay, not literally.
Well, yes,
like
not
I
literally.
think okay, obviously I think you can be friendly
What is the wall a metaphor for? Like the space I have?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I'm gonna explain it in a sec. Okay. So I think you're like very friendly with acquaintances and like
yeah, I'd agree.
people that you like. I guess you don't talk to as deeply and stuff. But I think like, now I'm second guessing my answer.
Just go for it. No second guess.
But I think that like you have really high standards for friends, so not a lot of people have like surpassed the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like this is like very deep commentary into like
who you are as a person. Yeah.
Because I feel like on some level that's true, but I didn't even realize that.
Because I think, yeah. Because I think you're a very tolerant friend and person in general, but only if they are someone you deem worthy enough. I don't know if that's like the right word, but like someone.
That's interesting because I think generally I've had a very big outlook of like I'm open to anybody. Yeah, but I think like I know obviously it's not like a conscious decision. I don't have like a rubric or anything.
Yeah. 5 out of 5?
But like
4 out of 5?
Yeah, no, I think oftentimes yeah, I mean naturally there's like a sort of in-group that I spend more time with, but I think lately especially, right, it's like I don't care, just let's be friends. Yeah, and I'm just kind of hoping like more people going forward sort of feel similarly too, because I do somewhat feel like a tang of regret, sorry, because I feel like I haven't made like too many new friends throughout like university, right? It's slowly just been like either just keeping up with like old friends or like maintaining and strengthening like people you knew before. So yeah, but at the same time it's kind of hard to do that in like fourth year, right?
Yeah, because everyone's so like in their own element now.
Yeah,
I feel that too, very deeply. I feel like I haven't made a ton of friends.
I mean, it's never too late.
We'll see about that. I'm so awkward now.
Everyone's awkward though, so it's the
and it's like it's hard
silver lining.
Yeah, and it's hard to break the barrier of like, oh, I do small talk with you every time before lecture to like actually being friends. Like I don't think I've ever done that since I've joined university. Like everyone I've met has been quite surface level.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's hard, especially when you're just talking about people that you like bump into during class, right?
Yeah. Because like how are you supposed to like, oh, you see someone on Main Mall as you're walking to your next class, like how are you supposed to like make that a real friendship, it's just like
it's hard, but
anyways, yeah. Oh wait, but this was about fall in love, but I think it's similar.
I think so too.
But
like,
I feel like you have high standards. Like,
I mean, I'd like to say so, but I don't know. I feel like I genuinely don't have super strong initial feelings. I feel like there's asking for falling in love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely comes with time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not like oh my god, soulmate. Oh, okay, let's do. Oh yeah.
What's this one?
Okay, it's a wild card.
Okay.
Think of your favorite brand of cereal. On the count of 3, say your answers out loud.
Okay. Okay, I have one. Okay, wait.
Wait, I'm not ready.
I mean, we're not supposed to say the same one, are we?
I don't know. I guess that's what we'll discover.
Okay, ready?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Honey
Cinnamon
Nut
Toast
Cheerios.
Crunch. Really?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a good one too.
Goodness.
Wait.
I feel like Cheerios are so basic.
No, the Honey Nut ones are so good.
They just taste like...
They have like the honey on them. It's like the sweetness.
Oh, I can hardly taste it. Oh, No, she's judging.
Okay, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is also a really good option.
Yeah.
That'd probably be my number 2. But I don't really like...
I feel like growing up, I tried like every brand of cereal.
Oh, actually, I might be lying.
Hmm?
I think Reese's Puffs is also one of my favorites.
Oh,
Do you
I
like
forgot
it?
those existed.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about
shoot.
them. Okay,
I
actually,
think that might be.
I'm gonna change my answer to Reese's Puffs.
Oh shoot! No, I think we agree with this one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh my goodness! I almost forgot they existed too.
Yeah.
And I love Reese's Pieces.
Oh, they're so good.
Like normally, I do not tolerate peanut butter. Like,
Really?
but for some reason, if it's in like a Reese's Pieces, I fucking love them. They're so good. Like every Halloween, I'll just get as many of those as I could when I was a kid.
There's this TikTok, like Reese's has been sponsoring TikTokers.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Have you seen? They're like, oh, do you eat it clean or do you leave it chunky?
What does that mean?
So like when you take the Reese's out of the wrapper, basically they're asking like, do you meticulously take the wrapper off so that it's like perfectly clean and there's nothing on the wrapper? Or are you okay with just like ripping the Reese's off, leaving a little bit of chocolate on the wrapper and eating it after? Like that last piece of chocolate.
I mean, isn't that's what usually happens though, right? Like a little bit gets stuck.
Yeah, because it's like kind of melty.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess that one, I couldn't care less.
I try to keep it clean because...
Oh, meticulous.
Yeah, nice. I try because it bothers me, but...
But I feel like at the end of the day, I'm not a big chocolate person anyway.
Really?
No.
So you're not a chocolate or a peanut butter person, but love Reese's
Pieces. Something about it. Something about it. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I think given the option between like candy and chocolate, I would always choose like candy.
Oh. What's your favorite candy?
I think it's close between like Skittles and Jolly Ranchers.
Oh. Those are like very like quintessential candy.
Yeah, just candy. I think like.
I don't think I've ever seen you as like a candy person.
Really? I come off as a chocolate person?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I need to reevaluate my
appearance. No, I feel like every time I thought about it, you came off as like a healthy food person, like vegetable person.
That's true. No, it's like a guilty pleasure, right? I don't think I'd ever get it unless like bulk supersized Skittles like on sale or something.
Oh, shoot. Wow. I did not know that. The more you know. The next question is, what do you think my main love language is?
That's a great question. Because this about like preferred receiving or preferred giving?
Yours is different?
I feel like a lot of people's are different. You know what I mean? Like they like to express, love through maybe acts of service, but they'd prefer quality time, for example. Not saying that's the case for everyone. I'm just. Do you think about it differently?
I've never. Now let me think about it. I think I'm like quite receive and give is the same.
That's good. That's consistent.
But because I have like multiple, I guess. Isn't yours?
You can go ahead and guess. It's your 20% chance, isn't it? Nothing starts with a W. What's the
words of? No.
Oh, really?
Okay, now it's not because you didn't even know what it was.
That was like the one wrong answer.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh wait.
No, it's okay. I think that is
acts of service.
I think I'm like anything but.
Really?
Words of affirmation.
Oh wait, yeah, no, because I remember you were talking about how.
Oh yeah, no, I think we did have this conversation.
Yeah, how you're like, you don't care what people say, but it's more about what they do and like how they act.
I think because like pretty much, yeah. Because I feel like at some level I can do that myself.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me this. Yes, I remember now.
Like I can make up these scenarios.
Yeah,
and
affirmations.
Do these words myself, but like I can't gift myself things. I can't spend time with myself. I can't touch. That sounds weird. Right? Like I can't give myself like physical affection, right? So yeah, I feel like anything that isn't that, you know what I mean?
Oh. What's your, like, when you took the test, what was your highest one?
I feel like every time I take it,
it's
usually
different?
like, a year apart or something. Yeah, something different.
Oh.
I feel like it's largely contingent on how I'm feeling on that given day, Because if it's, I feel like I'm fairly receptive to like 4 things. It sort of just depends
how you're feeling.
How I'm feeling on that day, yeah.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, but you're like a words of affirmation person, right?
Yeah. When I took the test, they say it's acts of service, but in my like actual experience being in a relationship, words of affirmation is also very important to me.
I also think it's a very blurry line between acts of service and quality time. Do you think so? Like when someone asks like what's an act of service, what are some things you think of?
I think when people do things, this is hard to explain, but like Jerry, for example, has brought me lunch on several instances, even when I haven't asked, because he knows that like, oh, if I'm studying for finals and I'm stressed, he'll like go out of his way to do stuff. I think
That's
that's
a good answer. Yeah.
acts of service to me.
Yeah, and I guess that's sort of similar to like a gift too, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like what are you spending like your time and labor?
I think it's just like, for me, it's more importantly like actions that just show you put a little effort into
Yeah,
it.
totally.
Like, it doesn't have to be so big. It could just be like
Yeah.
quick text that shows something, at least a little effort.
No, I would agree. I think that's a great example because for some reason the one that I thought of first was like, household chores.
Oh,
So like
yeah,
the
that's
dishes
a...
or something. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
that,
I
like,
try to do that too now.
But then I also feel like that could be like quality time together.
Washing the dishes together.
Yeah, someone dries them, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cute.
Oh, food for thought.
Yeah, I don't like doing chores though, so.
Does anybody actually?
I have grown a fond appreciation of laundry because
Oh,
laundry is
really?
just putting it in and then you can do whatever you want.
The folding part too?
Oh, I don't mind folding actually.
Wow.
It's quite enjoyable for me.
That is very admirable. Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one barrier for
Really?
me. Like, I want to do laundry, but I have to fold everything.
Yeah, well, you live by yourself now. You don't have to.
Maybe my technique is just bad. I'm too slow.
I don't think so. I just usually put on a YouTube video and then kind of just like
That's fair.
sort and fold.
And that's what I do too, but it still feels very time consuming.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for the next one? Okay, last one. What do you think my go-to karaoke song is?
I have no clue.
I've never even heard you sing.
Thank goodness. No, because I don't know a lot of songs, if that makes sense. Like, for the longest time, I was never, like, a big music person. Like, I think we had this conversation once where you were like, what do you listen to when you drive? And I'm like, I just put on, like, AM radio. Because I don't know, like...
What the frick? What?
Like, I listen to, like, the traffic and, like, the news.
My gosh.
So, like, I don't know. I'd have to, like, really dig deep to find a good karaoke song. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, like, I did get a pair of, like, nice headphones recently, so I've been listening to a lot more music.
Mm-hmm. What do you listen to?
I feel like things that are really, like, upbeat and groovy. So, like, a lot of, like, Japanese, like, city pop from, like, the 80s. Which also doesn't help for karaoke, because I don't speak Japanese, yeah. Yeah. Just the things that are really upbeat, because I'm trying to, like, get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, like, fall asleep or anything. Yeah. What about you, though? I'm really curious.
Let me think. Okay, well, in general, my favorite genre of music is like 2010s pop.
Okay. Like, what are some examples of that?
Notable examples: Baby by Justin Bieber.
Really?
Like, You Belong With... Okay, dude, I was such a big Justin Bieber fan in grade 5.
For some reason, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I've even, like, before when you had, like, Scholastic orders at school,
yeah?
I ordered his fan book.
Oh, no, I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, Justin Bieber's favorite color
The
is
Never Say Never.
purple.
Yeah, he had, like,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
purple
yeah.
vest
And it
or
was like,
something.
oh, his favorite meal is spaghetti and meatballs and stuff like that. So I ordered that when I was in grade 5. But yeah, I was a big Justin Bieber fan. So Baby, because I can rap it all.
Oh, very nice.
Subtle flex. Yeah, like You Belong With Me, Taylor Swift. Love Story, Taylor Swift. Like those classic ones.
Very nice.
Maroon 5.
Nice.
Like
yeah.
old Maroon 5.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah,
Maroon
so
5 has
just
some
like
nice hits.
basic stuff,
Oh, that's fair.
Things that everyone knows the words to. But not too old, because I don't know, like...
Would you bust out any, like, Chinese songs at karaoke?
Oh, I can.
Really?
What's that one called? The The really sad one.
Really sad
我
one.
会变成
Oh
童
my
话里
goodness.
你爱的 that one.
That's a sad song?
Yeah, it's about the have you watched the music video?
No, I haven't. I've just heard the song.
Oh, it's very sad. The
but
music video is quite sad.
I guess it's somewhat like melancholic, but like
Yeah, well, the song is about like the guy who becomes like the
right.
angel in the fairy tale or whatever.
Right.
That's a sad song.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, those are my karaoke songs. Wow,
Oh, fascinating.
very nice.
What's next on our agenda?
My next thing was, well, actually, I wanted to ask you about. We can talk about school or work.
Sure.
I think your work experience is quite cool. So
I think I have interesting experiences in both. I'm completely shameless in saying I'm a terrible student. It's kind of interesting because I feel like COVID really saved my ass. I got to credit a lot of courses that I had a feeling I was gonna pretty much flunk, or at least like do pretty poorly in. And like online exams and pretty generous grading definitely helped with that. So I think in terms of work experience, I was very happy to get anything at all, and to put it simply. And I think a big part of that is like good interview skills.
yeah, so I was gonna ask, like, I guess with the UBC Co-op program, because I'm not in it, how important are like grades and like doing that kind of stuff, and then like the balance of like soft skills or like interview skills and stuff like that? Because I think a lot of people put way too much pressure on the grades and stuff like that. But
No, that's true. And I think a lot of the job postings don't even ask for it.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So some of them do though. And at that point you do have to upload like the unofficial transcript or whatever. But something, I did in every single cover letter was at the end where you have this little, addendum that says, oh, if you would like to reach out for an interview, please contact the Arts Co-op office. I would just add a little blurb before that said something to the effect of, my grades don't represent my current academic trajectory.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like pretty, pretty straightforward. Basically, just saying, I'd be happy to elaborate this on this in an interview or something if you'd like to speak about it. And I basically just leave it at that, right? Yeah.
What do you think is the most important tip for someone interviewing for like a bunch of jobs, or like even someone in co-op right now? Because I've heard co-op is quite a nightmare sometimes, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, depending on where you work, it can probably be pretty annoying at times. I think definitely just talk to people, because I owe it to like a lot of really good friends who had their co-op careers figured out much better than I did. And I would just pester them all the time with like, what's going on? How do I do this? Because there are a lot of like procedural things that are rather confusing. But yeah, just definitely speak to like your advisors, like your friends, on what they're doing, and just don't be shy, which sounds really silly to say, but really like ask people for feedback on your resume, right? Like how can you reword this, and just apply like shamelessly to as many things as you can.
did you alter your resume for every single job application?
Like minor bits from my resume, but I almost rewrote the cover letter like every single time. Which after a few times you get like really used to, right? Because it's like you're recycling the same skills like over and over again. Maybe something important I would say though is really think from the perspective of like a recruiter, in the sense that they have like a few small criteria, and that's pretty much all they're looking for, right? So quite literally, just quote verbatim what they say in the job posting. So if they're looking for like a very specific skill, just say you have that skill and why you do. And I think another thing that I commonly hear is like use numbers. So if you say you wrote briefing notes, how many did you write? And to whom were they written for, right? So yeah. But definitely get out and talk to people, because that's the best way to like gain experience, right?
And how many terms do you have to do for UBC Co-op?
I think it's 3 terms.
3 terms of 2 months each, 4 months each?
They've changed the rules because of COVID, I think. So before that, it was like 4 months, but I think they shortened it to 12 weeks or something to that effect, which is
Isn't
like 3
12?
months.
Oh, okay. I was like, Wait, what?
Yeah, because I think
Oh.
they want it so that people can like squeeze in, summer term, like do some back-to-back things,
I see.
depending on how the time works.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, the whole co-op office has been like incredibly accommodating. Yeah. Like I've had like several overdue assignments, and they're all super
You have
understanding.
assignments for co-op?
We do.
What do you do?
They're all pretty like. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're pretty like not helpful.
Oh, is it like reflecting
Yeah,
about?
like reflecting. How was your work term? What did you learn? What is your performance plan? How has this changed? How are you fulfilling your goals? So you pretty much just list some rather superficial, arbitrary things. Communication skills, that sort of stuff. Maybe one thing that is kind of cool though is you get your own portfolio. They like reserve like a whole like you get your own like URL. So I think like mine's like peterjang.ubcarts.com, and it's basically like a resume. And then you get to showcase like your work and stuff. So if you feel like it, you can really hash that out and slap that on your like resume or something.
Oh shoot,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
it is pretty cool. Though admittedly, I've never used it. Yeah.
There's a lot of resources that I feel like I have not used enough at this school, but
Yeah, but at some point you're not missing out on much. You can probably do a lot of it on your own. Yeah.
do you feel like it's helped you find your dream job?
I definitely wouldn't say my dream job is working in like cannabis legislation, but I think something to like the current role, like I pretty much feel like a full-time analyst. Like I don't feel like my work is any different than what like the full-time guys are doing. I wouldn't mind doing this for a career eventually, and doing like leadership positions in government. I think it's super fun and fulfilling. Yeah.
I think I've always seen you as a person that'll do that, some
Oh.
sort of job like that.
Oh, great, thanks.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So for the last section of the pod, since again I have run out of time, I feel like I always run out of time. I want to talk about so many things, but I just never have enough time. But I wanted to ask about your experience being an RA, because we both did the RA interview, but you got the job and I didn't. So
I think the whole process is.
it was a very fun interview.
It was a fun interview.
I really liked
It's a
it.
very confusing and messy selection process. I'm not even sure how it works myself.
But yeah, how did it go?
I think I had a generally positive RA experience. Though some things like hampered the experience. Specifically, COVID hit during like the tail end of the year, and I'll be the first one to admit that I wasn't like the best RA or anything. I was dealing with some like mental health issues throughout the year, and that definitely like put a damper on the performance. But I would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to get more involved with campus and wants to mentor and help out younger students, wants a place to live.
Yeah, because I actually have a lot of going into first year UBC students that watch my videos, and I get a lot of DMs
cool.
from people who are going into first year and stuff like
That's
that.
great.
So, I guess like what. Other than like obviously watching the first years, I guess I feel like everyone knows that that's part of the job. Like, what did the job really entail? Like, what did you see yourself doing week to week, day to day, and stuff like that?
Yeah, a big part of it is watching the first years.
Babysitting them.
Yeah, I think to that effect, it's meant for safety, right? But other part is like community building, so like helping run events and whatnot, and get people to know each other. Although that often just happens on its own, right? Definitely doesn't hurt to have like community events and whatnot. For those first year kids, go to those events, because oftentimes, and especially now with like COVID, I doubt attendance will be any higher, right? So stay distanced, but show up to some community building events. It'll be really fun.
Yeah, I felt bad as a first year when I lived on res because I never went to those things. But like, I wanted to like make friends, but it's just like.
No, it's difficult. Like you got like full-time classes going on, right?
Yeah.
You gotta study and whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
What
yeah.
made you not be an RA this year?
I think it was.
I guess COVID was because COVID.
Yeah, I think that was the main concern. Like you have to break up parties, and then probably the last thing you want to do is break up COVID parties.
Oh,
so.
God.
Yeah, but I think also just like reevaluating like my priorities and like preferred living situations. I think I function much better like on my own with a bit more space.
Yeah, now you live here and you're thriving.
Yeah.
What do you think was the main thing that you learned from being an RA?
I think that I learned
About yourself, or like something introspective, you know, something
introspective. That I do much better when I have more control over my own life. So that's not even just like a privacy thing, right? Because at some point like my door was like literally open most of the time.
Yeah, we would be pounding on your door most of the days in the afternoon.
Yeah, and like and I also had like a roommate, so that was also kind of another thing. But even to that, like not just like the living situation, but also like say diet, right? Like I'm having a much better time like cooking for myself rather than eating whatever the kitchen was serving. Yeah. That'd be something I learned. Yeah.
Interesting. I think that's also just a part of like getting older, and
that's true. Yeah.
Going into fourth year feels, I don't know. I think if I were an RA this year, I'd feel really old compared to the first years.
I guess so. I mean, that's kind of the intention, right? It's kind of awkward. But now that I think about it, I don't think anyone will honestly say that they enjoy living with a roommate or not getting to cook what they eat. So I guess those answers sort of just make sense.
Yeah. Very interesting. Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode because it's been very long now. I hope you enjoyed. I know, right? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Peter, for coming on to the podcast. I knew you'd be a great guest because you're so eloquent and just like the things you say, and I feel like you just have a very interesting perspective.
Wow,
and you're very cultured's not the right word, but
I don't mind.
Yeah, like I'm not talking about like cultured as in you've literally a lot about cultures, but like
well lived.
Yeah, like you've lived your life well. Yeah, well lived.
Yeah,
I'm falling apart. Help.
I guess I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful you think of me that way.
Yeah, like I think you're a pretty like independent person.
Yeah.
Out of a lot of my friends, you are one that I look up to be adulty.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever told you.
Oh.
It's a secret.
Oh, thank you.
I know, right?
I'm so
wow. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a thumbs up. You can follow on Spotify, rate on Apple Podcasts, do all the other things that people tell you to do, but I don't really care about that kind of stuff, to be honest.
No, do it.
Follow the podcast Instagram at Overeasy the podcast. That's the last plug I'm going to do. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And I was like, yo.